Hello and welcome back to my channel, Rosie8719. And today I'm walking you through one of the most underrated parts of maintaining locks and two-strand twists, which is unraveling two-strand twists. It's time consuming, it takes patience, but the end result is always worth it. So what you see me doing here is I'm actually cutting the rubber bands off the ends of my twists. I like to be super careful with this part because the last thing we need is me accidentally cutting one of my locks. I make sure I'm only cutting the rubber band, not the hair. And look at that. It's so pretty. I love this style because this is a second style for me. I typically get my hair retwisted every 2 months. And if I get a two-strand twist, the first 4 weeks or that first month will be in two-strand twists. And then I'll go through this process of unraveling the twist. And this will last me until the day I get my hair retwisted. So I definitely love this style. And as you see here, I'm looking out the window because this is a time-consuming process. I think this took me maybe an hour and 30 minutes. So I'm just watching some videos. I'm looking out the window as I'm going through this process of untwisting my twist, as well as sometimes those rubber bands are hard to get off. So taking my time, being patient with myself, making sure that I'm not causing any necessary damage to my locks. One thing that I have learned while being on my 3-year lock journey is that the less that I do with the hair, the more my hair flourishes. Me minding my business, drinking my water, taking my vitamins, eating my fruits and vegetables really helps my locks thrive. And my locks love moisture. They absolutely love moisture. So now you'll see that we've gotten about 2 to 3 locks unraveled. And now I think I come across an epiphany as we get through this video where I need to actually section my hair into 4 sections to make this a little bit easier for me from a mental stamina standpoint. And then I also decided that I was going to use some oil to moisturize my locks, as well as kind of reduce the frizz as I'm unraveling the locks. So here is my first section that I have completely unraveled, and I love the crinkle effect. I'm using the As I Am Jamaican Black Castor Oil leave-in spray to moisturize my locks here. And I definitely want to make sure that I'm paying attention to my scalp. And I'm going to use the Donna's Recipe oil. I'm going to put that on my fingertips, and I'm going to massage that on my scalp and rub it through the ends of my locks. And this is just so that I'm making sure that my hair remains moisturized. With this style, I typically spray my As I Am spray every morning. With me living in Arizona in this 120-degree heat, I definitely have to make sure that my locks are moisturized if I'm going outside, because the heat will dry my locks out and that will cause them to pop, and that's definitely not something that I want to deal with. So I am now going to section this off and then start on the second section of my hair. So, as I'm going through this process, it gets easier, it gets better, but it is a slow and steady process. I'm halfway through the second section of my hair, and we're just being careful with removing the rubber bands and cutting the rubber bands, and then also making sure that I'm slowly unraveling the locks to separate them. And in this specific clip, you're seeing where I cut several rubber bands off of several different locks at one time just to try to make the process a little bit quicker. 2 sections down, 2 sections to go. Here I'm just showing you how many rubber bands I have taken out of my hair thus far, and then showing that big section that I am going to split into 2 in the back. My locks in the back of my hair are very much longer than the locks that are in the front. So I'm just mentally preparing myself to go through this process of cutting and unraveling. So now we are getting to the good part, where you miss some locks and then you find them sporadically along the way. So we're just working through the sections, unraveling twist when we find them, and then going through the steps of moisturizing the locks. So now we have finally untwisted all of the locks. To my knowledge, I'm sure the next day I'm going to find more. I'm going to use my As I Am spray as well as my Donna Recipes oil to moisturize the back of my locks, and this feels so good. Sometimes all you need is a scalp massage to feel better. And here I'm just making sure every lock strand is moisturized and taken care of. Making sure I'm getting the nape of my hair. And voila, my locks are unraveled and I have my second style.